Hello, thank you for tuning in once again for another episode of the Jome Talk. Would love to appreciate you for, keeping up and following what we're doing. Our aim is to enlighten clients on investment and also understanding land and property in Uganda better. So I hope you're safe. I hope you're masking up. COVID is real and it kills. So social distance, only move when you can. So this week we are going to talk about investment. By investment, I mean we believe everyone understands the term investment. Very many people come to us, actually come to me personally, asking for advice that Joshua, what can I invest in? How should I go about it? These are the things that actually really a bit frustrate clients when the time comes. Remember, with real estate it's not the supermarket, neither is it just a shop where you're going to buy one or two tomatoes. Most of the real estate investments are in millions, if not in billions. So someone has to take caution and care when they are making a decision. Some of these decisions are life decisions. If you're to invest in, for example, where you want to put your home, this is a place where you're going to stay for literally the rest of your life. So there has to be at least some sense of care and caution whenever you're investing. So today we are going to talk about investing. We need to understand it a bit more. It's a very, very, very wide topic. Really, we can't exhaust it in a day or even a week. It takes time, and I believe we are going to dive slowly, understanding the different dynamics of investing in real estate in Uganda. So, when someone approaches me and they ask me, what should I invest in? How much do I need to invest? My emphasis is usually the first thing I tell them, understand what you want. In investment, especially in real estate, there are commercial investments, and we also have residential investments. Then other investments are just for keeps, just to hold on the property. You're not really interested in reselling it. Your interest is just hold the property and build on net worth. So when you understand that, it takes you to the next step of appreciating your budget. Now we have appreciated that we want, for example, to invest in a commercial, you need a commercial investment or maybe a residential investment. But in most cases, people usually start with the residential investment because it is only logical for someone to at least first secure where they are sleeping in. Then they can think of the next step of their lives, that is commercial investing. And also now, after that, you can go to the hold-on method of holding on property, maybe for your children or your beneficiaries in future. So, we are going to talk about residential. How do you invest if you're looking for a good residential property? And how much do you need? Really, I can't tell that you need this much because different areas vary considering the location, the neighborhood, the social services around. So when you're making a residential investment, you have to consider three very important factors, and these are social services, accessibility, and payment terms. We are going to start with social services. When we talk of social services, we are meaning facilities like hospitals. I mean, you would want to invest in an area where you can access health health facilities. I mean, if you fall sick, how easily can you access one? Is there one? If there is none, is there a proposal by the local authorities to construct one? Do you have any private clinics in the area? Those are the things you consider because this is a place where you're going to stay, you and your family. You have to be as comfortable as possible health wise for you to consider investing in an area for residential. Number two, schools. I mean, most of these the residential investments are made by young people, young men and women who are working, who have just started work, and they also want to make a life of themselves. So it's very important to consider an area that has school so that you limit on other costs of taking maybe your children to long distance, study. It's hectic. So when you're investing in a residential property, you have to consider that at least there is a learning facility, a primary school or a kindergarten, or probably maybe secondary. You could go. You may not consider much. You may take them to boarding, but the early lives of your children is important, and it has to be considered when you're investing. Thirdly, social centers. Social centers, I mean, you have to consider a place that has social centers, let us say gardens, resting gardens, hotels, places where you can go and rest after having a long week or long months. A place where you can take your family and at least have some bit of fun. So generally, the social services have to be considered. It's actually very important for you to first take a tour of the area. Secondly, accessibility. This one is as important as social services. I mean, you have to look at the road network. Where do you pass to reach that place? How do you even reach there? Eh? Do you jump streams or can actually a car move there? When your time comes for you to, maybe if it's land and you're ready now to develop the area, can you easily access the place? Can the truck bring your material access the place? If not, are the authorities planning to work on the road? I mean, very many people are hoodwinked by local brokers by telling them that there's a road passing here, you can look at the road, but when you see the title or the local authority plans, are they putting it in action in the near future? So that's a very, very important factor when you're investing in a residential property. Thirdly, the payment plan. It is very important for something, usually residential properties do not bring income immediately. So it's important that you are having a very competitive price where you're not cheated and actually you're buying it on the real market value. It's very important also if it's possible for you to pay in installments. It's not always good, to take all the cash off yourself when you're purchasing a residential property, because this is something that is going to stay. It usually doesn't make business sense spending heavily at once on it, yet you would probably maybe pay half or 70% and use the other 30% for something else that can actually help you finalize the payment. Fourthly, this is the most important factor when you're considering purchasing a residential or investing in a residential property: security of the area. This is very, very key to making your property a good residential property or good residential investment. Do we have any police stations around the area? If not, are there any police posts? it is you and your family that are going to stay there. Some of these areas have criminals that can actually bring harm to you or come and rob you. So when you're investing in a residential property, since it is a personal affair, consider so much a very high secured area where at least we have police stations around, and also we have police posts that can, provide the necessary security. Or else, you should, if there are no police stations, at least there has to be a very strong local security system. Like the defense system of the area is very, very key and can be commended by other people. So before you do an investment, consider those 4 factors, and believe me, you will enjoy your property, and you will live in a happy residential area. With those few remarks, I believe we have understood on how to make the right residential investment. And the key takeaways are, number 1 is considering social services of the area, the accessibility of the area, mode of payment of the property, and also the security of the area. Please tune in next week as we delve more into appreciating other modes of investment, that is the commercial investment and the hold-on investment method. Remember, when you invest with Jomwe, you have made the smart choice. Please stay safe, move only when you have to, and mask up. May God bless you, and I wish you good luck. Thank you.
For more information, contact us on the contacts on your screen or visit us at Ave Maria Building on Bahai Road, opposite Kampala Quality Primary School.